So this is the old girl. Let's call her Beth. I haven't actually given her a name until right now. Let's stick with it. So Beth has been around for about 20 years, maybe a bit longer now. And I reckon that Beth had a really good life to start with, but in recent years, she's hit rock bottom. I mean, it's literally rock bottom. We'll get to that soon. Anyway, so we've got a restoration project that I have to kick off. I didn't want to kick off, but I feel like, it's just one of those things that you have to do in life. You pick up something old, you don't just throw it away, you got to fix her up. So I'm going to do a bit of a teardown today. Stick with me, we'll go over what's wrong and what I like, what I don't like, and we'll start ripping it apart as well so we can start getting into this project. This is going to be broken down into a multi-part. Obviously, there's just too much for me to put into one, smaller size videos and to show you everything along the way, the decisions. And I'm sure I'm going to make plenty of ups along the way because I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So stick with me, and this could be either A, a fun adventure, or B, complete chaos. And I'll go back on what I said and Beth ends up in the bin. Stick around, it's going to be a bit of fun. She's I can guarantee you that. Anyways, let's get into it. Alright, let's do a real quick walk around of the outside if we can. Alright, so we've got trailer, bit of surface rust up the front. We've got a winch, the handle, seen better days, pretty loose. Yeah, you can probably fix that up. Broken teeth, pin that's bent out the wrong way. We've got jockey wheel, handle is a bit busted, might be able to replace that. The rest of the jockey wheel is actually in pretty good shape. It's in good nick, she goes up and down. The rope, well that busted once when I was putting it in the water, so I have to clean that up, get a new rope. This thing looks like it's about 50 years old, older than the boat. We've got a bit of a dent going on here with the top of the alloy. Really not sure if that's worth fixing up. See what happens. Just the general boat's a bit dirty. Trailer, I reckon that it's homemade. It's had the worst paint job ever. I actually hit this with a pressure washer and just blew the paint away. Looks like no problem at all. I'll have to get that done. So we come around this side, I'll give you a quick look. I haven't hit this side so you can see. There we go. That's how it did look. One pressure washer and it was gone. So trailer needs to be properly painted, but before we do that we have to fix the trailer. This trailer wasn't made for the boat, so I've actually found out that. So the trailer is 6 years older than the boat is, so we have to get to that, and I'll show you underneath of the wires. So at the back you see we've got the keel rollers. These keel rollers have seen better days. They look all scuffed up and shit. And now somebody's put these skid plates, these skids in here. They're going sideways, and these were put in I reckon for this boat. You can see it used to have side rollers, so here's a bracket here, and the other one's just in here that the skid's put on. Same all the way down. So if you look up further, you can see just in the bit of blinding light there, but you can see that the side rollers have been taken off, and there's a skid in there. That center roller is not getting much use. I guess the last boat would have been a V-hull, would have got a bit more use, that one there. Got a little bit of surface rust going on around here. So I'll have to, fix all that up. Angle grind it back. We've got some rusting up in here. So that's probably, might even have to chop and do that. Or we might be able to cut it out and just weld another bit of metal on there. The lights, looks like they're both cracked on each side and been siliconed up. Might need to replace, but I might just silicone it back up again. I'm not trying to do a great restore. Now, the problem. Why did I get to the point of this old girl, Beth, needing to be restored? I've owned it for about 3 months, taken it out plenty of times. There was absolutely no problem at all. Beth was floating. Beth was doing everything that Beth needed to do. But the last time I went for a 2.5 hour drive, and I found that she took on a lot of water. I haven't hit anything. I haven't hit not one thing. I figured out what it was. Let me show you. You can see right here that Beth has been repaired in the past, and look where that repair is sitting, right on top of this skid. And if you look right across here, Beth is not only sitting right there on that repair, all the way to the boat is right there on this section. It's not on the keel roller, and it's not even touching the other side. So the way that Beth sits on this trailer in this middle section is right on this joint here. And You guessed it, you've probably seen it. Got a big stress crack from being trailered. I'm gonna get rid of these skids. I'm gonna replace the keels. I'm gonna put an extra keel up the front to help it slide up onto the trailer and lift the front end of the boat up higher when it's on the trailer because it's sitting too low. And the other thing I wanted to show you is the state of Beth. She has run up some rocks or some hard logs. Somebody's treated her bad. And here we go, here's another repair that's been done. And we've got a few more dents up here. Doesn't look too bad on camera, but if I get on the right angle, you might be able to see like the worst of it. So if you have a look right here, you've got your, right in the middle, the keel. If you have a look on the other side of this, you see how sort of dents right up here? Like this is up higher than the other side. You might be able to get a good view there. So yeah, Beth has been hit pretty hard. She was in a bad abusive relationship, and I'm gonna make her happy. A lot of this is just gonna be changed, angle grinded, touched up, properly painted, and we'll get from there. Let's get into the inside of Beth and I'll show you what's going on in there. Mainly what I don't like and how we're going to fix it. The fish finder, it's in the wrong location. When you're sitting on your seat here, cruising along, you know, trying to look for the fish, the depth, constantly having to look forward and sideways, and forward and sideways. And that sucks. We've got a built-in rod holder on the side. We've got a bilge pump. That works. Got a couple oars. We've got a false floor. We've got a fire extinguisher. That is expired. We've got a non-existent stereo. We've also got a switch panel, which is pretty low. If this boat was to flood, the bilge pump would stop working once the water got to this height. I want to fix up this entire back section. So I want a compartment flat underneath the motor, the tiller arm. So it's going to sit underneath the tiller arm here. So I want to get rid of all of this. This, gone. Going to get a smaller compartment and put in front of the driver on the side of the boat here to contain all of that, just smaller. The seat's going to change up a little bit. So what I want to do is I want to have this area here somewhat, I guess, extended. So the back of it's going to be more boxed, more enclosed with lids, and the seat, it might end up just being a pole. I want to add in a second seat just over here with a pole removable, so we can move it out of the way when we want to cast and just sit the seat up the back or whatever. And on the opposite side that I'm showing now, that's going to be cleared up, and that's where I'm going to put the rod holder. So the rod holders are going to run across here. I'm not sure at the moment whether or not I'm going to build a container with an opening door, or whether or not I'm going to keep with the same style system that I've got, which is sitting right here. It needs to be replaced, but it is just foam holders that screw into the side of the boat. So it's possible that I just keep something like that. Order new ones, obviously. This one got chewed up by a dog. Not my dog, but the person that owned it before me chewed up the seat. So I'm going to replace this seat. It's not the worst seat in the world, but she's a bit wobbly. And it's not that comfortable. I want something with a bit more back support. So if I want to sit down and do a long bait fish, I want to feel comfortable. Up the front here, this is a little deck that I built when I bought it. I did just use a scrap that was laying around in my shed, so I didn't go out of my way to get thin wood. It is quite thick. This wood here is about 18 mil thick, which is quite thick, and it's a chipboard, which makes it really heavy. I've just used wood up there to create the supports, and all that's going to be changed to aluminium. Underneath we've got the floor, this carpet, probably the original carpet. You can see the lines where the boards are, so underneath this is multiple boards to hold it down, and when we get to it you'll see underneath it's all got wooden supports. So I'm going to change that, and we're going to change that up to be aluminium supports underneath. And if I can, I might raise the floor just a little bit to allow me to have a little bit of under storage compartments. And that might include right here, in this area here, having an under storage compartment for some lithium batteries. So it's a 24 volt trolling motor. So you need either a 24 volt battery, which is a single lithium, or you get 2 deep cycle car batteries. And that's what I had, 2 100 amp hour deep cycle batteries. They weighed 27 kilos each. So that's a total of 54 kilos I'm going to switch that out to 2 lithium batteries, which are going to weigh around 7 to 8 kilos each. That's a huge weight saving. The only good thing that I've really seen in this boat, like really good, is the way that they've done their wiring. So their wiring's actually been done really well. Conduits all the way, going all the way up over the tops, and it's been done really well. So whoever's done the wiring, props to you, because you've made my job a hell of a lot easier. I don't have to do much with the wiring. Next thing that I was thinking about doing is possibly a paint job. So I was thinking of just cleaning it all up and giving it a white paint job on the inside and all the bars and stuff, and up here on the outside it's just going to be cleaned up. The underside is going to be just cleaned and kept as is, and the side possibly painting black or wrapping it black just to make it look a little bit more modern. And we'll get rid of these painted on registration numbers. We'll get some big stick on ones. Rightio, so it is taking a bit longer than expected to pull all the wiring out, but I'm getting there. And I'm just working up in here, removing this speaker, bit of wiring that goes up into the lights up here. So I'm gonna have to be careful because I don't want to pull these lights completely out, I don't think, at the moment. Otherwise I'm gonna have to completely rewire it. So they will stay in there with their cabling. And let's get the rest of the wires out. And then we can get the rest of this wiring in here cleaned up. So I'm just trying to leave this intact. There's really no point unwiring it. Less work for me to have to do in the future. I'm gonna try to pull this speaker out. I have unscrewed it. It's a Clarion speaker. Speaker probably works fine. The stereo system was non-existent when I purchased the boat. Sweet, well you're not going back in the boat. That's like a kilo of weight there I don't have to put back in. Yeah, here you come. Yes. Look at this monstrosity. It's got a proper speaker ring, but it's got the worst sort of dodge job I can see there. Even I wouldn't do a dodge job that bad. Can chop this wire that's coming out of here, and I'll chop it up there. With a little bit of luck, hopefully these cable ties here won't get in my way. She's out. Right, so I didn't get very far today, but I did get the wiring all sort of stripped out, so we're ready to pull that out completely. Give her a quick look there. So we've got the main box, which you can see all the wires are ready. They're just sort of sitting on the back there, still screwed in, but I can just lift that straight up and out. And then over here, I've got all the main wiring that was headed up to the front of the boat, and pulled out the speaker, and I've left the wiring right up in the front of the boat there for the front lights. But I don't have heaps of time. I've got to get back to my other job, which is the 9 to 5. So for you, it's gonna be nice and quick. But for me, I might be back on this one tomorrow or the next day. Anyways, I'll see you in a second.
Oh, yep, got him. Oh, holy shit. Fucking hell. Holy f***. Scared the fucking shit out of me. It's like a 75. Holy f***. Right at the fucking bank.
That's decent, isn't it?
Holy shit.
Oh, shit, man. Yeah, she's decent.
Me.
It's about...
That thing fucking smoked me. Got him. Right.
This one's going to be about 90, I reckon. This is your PB.
You reckon?
This is going to be your PB.
Righto.
I thought it was going to be 90, so...
Oh, shit.
The size of the head on this baby.
All right. Let's get a photo. That's PB right there. 84 off top. Yeah, boy.
See if we can make some more progress on pulling this apart. Get rid of the transducer. Next thing we've got is a water pump. Sorry, a bilge pump, which I think it's basically in the wrong spot. I think the bilge pump would be better off being in the front, because the way this boat sits in the water pools at the front there, so that's where the bilge pump should be. Might even be useful to do a dual bilge pump setup, one at the back, one at the front. Don't know if I'm going to keep this. It's out. Couple of screws in here. This is probably going to be the last of this little box. It's been in there a while. We have got a measuring map. I'll get a new one. Old and shabby. Yeah, right. I reckon we're up to removing some carpet now. Okay, here we go. All right, so it looks like we've got sort of multiple boards down here and one big long board up there. I don't know if any of these boards are still going to be useful. They don't look too shabby, there's some few little cracks in there, but they might be useful to do things like sort of sidewall boxing, things that's not going to take weight. Might save me in the end, so I'll keep these boards until I get into that part of the project. See if we can pull them out of here. And once we get this out, we'll be able to see all the damage that's under there too. Where else have we got them? Oh, I bet you there's something in the middle here. Yeah, I reckon there's sneaky screws around here. And they're all covered up. Out. So it's sitting on wood. So hopefully I'll replace all of this with alloy brackets. One board out, 50 to go. What do we got in here? Oh, some Dewey's Gold. Oh, has it got any beer in there? Nah. Whole lot of leaves. Little plugs. Plastics, fuel line, more plastic. Yeah, right. Let's keep moving. All right, so we've got the floor out. Voila, it's a pigsty under here. Check this out. Absolute pigsty. Just I don't know how many years, but many years. There's some earplugs, plastic bags, all sorts of stuff going on. Now if I was to look for that crack, oh here it is here, and there's that almighty crack right along the edge of the weld. So the reason why it's cracked is because this weld is sitting on top of that skid underneath and it's pushing the boat upwards. Time to get the last piece out. This guy. Now I've got this raven up there that's sitting on the top of the roof, just chirping away. I reckon that raven's up there waiting to see the fit out of the boat, but it's not happening today. Anyways, if you want to see the fit out of the boat, make sure to subscribe to the channel and you'll see the fit out of the boat. We call it Beth.